Alright, and we're live, and if there's anyone out there watching, I am Fiora Valori, Pen and Herald from Meridies, and this is our November decision meeting. And I've just asked everybody who's participating tonight introduce themselves. We'll start with our boss, Beacon.
Oh dear, I reckon that's me. Hello everybody, I'm Antonio Alejandro de Asta Navarro. If you could say that, you get extra points by the end of the meeting.
There you go.
Beacon Principal Herald, former pennon. I think I know a little bit about this, so I like to lurk every now and then.
Awesome.
Which is why you're going to have your report ready for me by this weekend, right?
You know it's a holiday weekend.
Yeah, that's why I gave you until the weekend. You're already overdue.
And then we have our brand spanking new Cipher.
Yeah, that would be me. I'm Ulrich Eisenhand. I am the new Cipher Herald, which is the internal submissions herald. So send me your things.
And whoever wants to go next.
I'm Alexander Ravenscroft, and I don't have any official offices.
Oh. And we have Adelaide. You want to go next?
Yeah. I'm Adelaide of Iron Mountain, Herald at Large from Meridies.
And I'm Wu Yun, current Ragged Staff and Lantern Herald.
Welcome. Alright, this is our cast of characters for the evening. And we are going to start with David Goodenough. Name and device. Name, Welsh name, and looks like it's found in Rainey and Wilson. And Ogress gives us David in Morgan's Welsh surnames, date between 1300 and 1425. And of course, English and Welsh with the English last name, though English and Welsh can be combined, per Appendix C. So that all looks good. And for the device, or impale 2 ducks, Niant, counter Niant, Sable.
Are there numbers under them?
Numbers?
Yeah, if you pick them up, do you get a prize?
Or shoot them with the BB gun? Think.
No, BB guns are out of period.
Oh.
Numbers are period.
So an RBG.
Thinking that game, you know, that...
Yeah.
There is a bit of a little tincture problem. The scans may have been off. I can lighten up that yellow just a tad for the external letter. Make it
Looking at the color one there, it looks like it was a physical cut and paste of a computer printout.
That's entirely possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you from a Laurel standpoint that you can tell that it's yellow. I don't think it'll be a necessary change.
Oh, okay.
They very rarely make comments like, "This is a really strange color." Usually, the strange color comments at Laurel level come from things like purple.
The blues that get too purple.
Right.
Okay.
Purple is this blue. You know, I don't think you're gonna have a worry with the yellow.
Okay. That's good. And it is clear of conflict. Also, we have Bronwyn and Taryn that did conflict checking. Taryn found.
I think Alexander was the closest. Alexander McChristen is the closest submission visually to that. So
That one was the Ore and Pale, 2 ravens, and a sable. And since we've flipped one of the birds, we get DC3, and also for the secondary charge, the border. But yeah, that's clear.
Would we count significant difference in bird types between ducks and ravens? I mean, I realize they are different birds, but this isn't a bird as a bird, is it?
no.
Okay.
No.
I'm not arguing. I mean, I think even without that, there's plenty of difference, but you know, we don't really call differences between hawks and falcons sensibly.
Right.
But a lot of other birds are naturally, it's a bird because you can't tell without knowing. But thank you.
Mm-hmm. So I think this one is good to go. And moving on to number 2. Jennifer Vert Reese. Name and device.
I think somebody needs to feed that Lacey knot.
Yes. It needs a cookie.
Does it need a returned cookie, or does it need just an artist note cookie?
It's artist note.
Yeah.
Because that's still recognizable.
Yeah, it needs a cookie. It doesn't need to go to a fat farm.
Gotcha.
That is exactly the opposite of what happens at a fat farm, Alexander.
Yes, I know, but you see, because they haven't invented fat farms in our period, they can be anything we want. And so in our period, fat farms are where you're going to get fat.
Ideally, that is not what happens at a fat farm, but, you know.
I've never been to one. I don't actually know.
So for the name, we have sources from St. Gabriel's, from a couple of Tarrant articles, and Ogris also gave us a IGI reference for the spelling, 16th century spelling of Rhys, R-H-Y-S.
Somebody needs to give Ogris a cookie because she's been so nice to a lot of people lately. I mean, I'm sure she has other times as well, but she's been kind of fixing a lot of people's submissions.
She's been very helpful. Definitely.
If you guys just want to do something nice for her, Alice really likes tea.
What kind of tea?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome then.
The new lighthouse actually works at a Tivana store.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Ah. Nice.
All right.
All right, so name. There's, let's see, Bronwyn gave us a couple of conflicts, Gwyn Vertrees and Gwynwillen Vertrees, but these all...
Yeah, I just ran the name pattern search and that's it.
Okay. Those are clear. For the device, Vert a Lacey knot or with an Amascal Argent. Um, artist note to beef up that Lacey's knot, just to make it a little bit more clear.
Taryn's point is a good one. If they draw the mask a little bit bigger, they'll be able to make that Lacey knot the primary charge.
Yeah, almost the whole thing could just kind of get bigger.
I think what he's saying in his comment is it seems like it's making the two charges co-primaries.
Pose rather than
Right.
I can see that. I feel like an artist note might suffice for that, or let decision, or wreath. Anyone have thoughts on that?
I don't think they're going to return this for artistic reasons
No.
because it's it's clear. I think if it needs to be beefed up, they're just going to say feed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been true the last couple of wreaths.
So I think we should be good with this, with the artist note. So you beef up the lace knot and make it more clear, the charge group more clear. Okay, so both of these should be good to go. And I'm sorry?
I just said good.
Oh, good.
You're doing such an excellent job. I'm just sitting back adoring you. So.
Gwynnifer also has a new badge. Fieldless, 4 Lacey knots conjoined and annulo vert.
They're not an annular.
Huh?
They are not an annular.
No, I think a reblazing will suffice unless they really wanted annual.
Well, if they wanted an annular, they're going to have to do something that can be in a circle, and this is.
You're not going to get 4 in a circle, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they want this, but we can just change it. Let's see. Volk offered fieldless 4 Lacey knots, 2 and 2 conjoined, which I think would clear it up.
Hey, if we made a semi of them conjoined, it could be a doily.
Just make sure that you get an email or a snip of a Facebook message that you've got permission from the submitter
To change blazon? I've never had to offer proof of change of blazon before.
It's nice to have.
Is that a new thing? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that though, if we change the image, they'll want that, but not. We change the blazon at Kingdom all the time.
Yeah.
We don't expect.
They changed. Wreath changes the blazon all the
time. Okay, just a suggestion.
I appreciate it though, but yeah, I do make sure if I do change the emblazon that of course submitter is aware. And I can always find the Herald for this. We did have someone comment about the knot work, but we've registered this particular style before, so I'm not worried.
Yeah.
And recent. So
this particular Lacey knot gets used by a lot of different kingdoms, so.
Yeah. So with that change in the blazon, this will be good to go up as well. Awesome. Number 4.
Is this the ice? Is this the Brewster's ice cream tree?
This is the ice cream tree. Lucia Isabella de Castilla. New device. Pally should be Or and Gould. An oak tree, argent, charged on the foliage with a sprig of 2 cherries, stemmed and leaved proper.
Yes, this is Brewster's Ice Cream. It is not close enough to call based on their logo and trade dress.
It's not obtrusively modern, yeah, but it's...
Yeah.
But it's a Brewster's Ice Cream cone.
No conflicts were found, and yeah, it's not exactly the same, and
it's evocative, but it is not a conflict.
There are a couple typos in that blazon I will change.
Of course, I'm looking at the Brewster's logos now, and I'm like, it's just the cherries.
It's more than the cherries. The tree is evocative of the ice cream, and if you look at the trade dress on their buildings, it's the red and white stripes, or the red and gold stripes.
No, it's red and white stripes.
Oh, is it red and white?
Yeah.
It's red and
Like
white
I
on the
said,
building.
this is evocative, not a conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're right, the tree does remind me of an ice cream cone. Or a head of broccoli.
I'll bet you a plug nickel that's what this person is going for.
You're probably right, Alexander.
But,
I get to be right about something. Yay!
I just wish you'd stop plugging nickels.
I know, right?
It's better than banning pennies.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Mandan Leon's finally been.
Yes.
Isn't that wonderful?
Flippin'
Yes. Yes.
So, officially...
You're welcome.
I want to know who got that form because I couldn't find those.
Find what?
Hi.
Well, thank you. I had somebody pull him to me at an artsy crown 2 years ago, and I did a late night drunken consultation, and I've still got my notes from it, and I couldn't I couldn't get that. I got Leon Mandan was the closest I could give him.
This is MGT this year, Friday night consult. Checked it for documentation overnight and had it ready and kind of ready on Saturday. I finished it up at coordination.
I should have sent them to you to begin with.
It just happenstance, complete happenstance. So.
Wow. Well, yeah, IGI sources for the name look great.
And certainly no conflicts, so.
And
that's the good thing.
Yeah, when you wait 30 years to submit your stuff.
Yep.
Is this Sir Mandan?
Yeah.
Okay. Billy Mandan I'm familiar with.
Yeah, well, it's been happening a lot lately. I mean, we finally got Logan Guile passed on the last lore.
Yep.
Yeah, Heralds actually got a really nice ovation last night when I pointed out that y'all had given the channel and bumped your meeting to allow stuff last night.
Well, I did it also for, not all of it was altruistic reasons, because then I could take my friend who was visiting out for dinner and drinks. So, yes, last time. So it actually worked out really well for me too.
Highly appreciative. But the applause was great.
Are you gonna join me up here too?
So, okay, so Man's name's good. The device, we have Ermine on a pile, inverted vert, a lion passant argent, and on a chief vert, 3 fleur-de-lis argent. Well drawn, looks good. And Karen and Bronwyn have been on the ball with the conflict checking. Awesome. And we'll find no conflicts. So, we can send these up as well. Okay. Number 6. this is a resubmission for Rebecca Christina Santino. The original conflicted with, I think, the flag of Lithuania. Or Latvia, that's what it was. So they changed it to procure a bar gemel between 3 fleur-de-lis and a cross fleury-fichy argent.
Are we still on Mandan?
Oh
No,
no,
we're on
you're
Rebecca.
on.
Okay, because this doesn't look too much like Van der Aken, does it?
Who?
Gunther Van der Aken, he's a count in the South Downs area.
Let's have a look.
I'm looking it up too. I had to jump off for a second because I needed to check my stuffing.
You mean quarterly vert and argent to Latin cross flurry counterchanged on the chief stable 3 fleur de lis argent?
Yeah, that's not close enough to worry about.
No.
We are clear of that. And for Rebecca's, I believe this will clear the conflict. We have changed the number of the primary group, charge group. And I agree with Bronwyn, that is a very nice change. Taryn found us close with Flavius Guy. Vert 2 bars between 3 fleur-de-lis and a phoenix or rising from the flames proper. Well, we have a DC for the field and a DC for the tincture of the primary group and tincture of the secondary group. So that one is clear. So that was a nice change made, and we can send that resubmission up.
That's Yazi's daughter, isn't it?
No,
No?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
If we're in the tracking system, I could look it up.
We are catching up on that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go through and strip all the old attachments off. You don't keep the attachments in there for, I mean, old attachments in there are nothing you're concerned about. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a process that will just go through and delete everything that's like a year old or something.
Okay.
Because it just sucks up space on my server.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when we first started doing it, we were adding all that information, but there's no reason to, since it's all.
Part of that was there was a partial idea that might be useful, but it's really not. You all have different processes for it.
And it just was extra
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, it wasn't designed to actually make a lot of hard work for y'all. It was designed to allow tracking without.
Mm-hmm.
Although at one point we were all there was also a consideration of using it to do file transfers, so that files going between Cypher and Pennon would go through that as opposed to being emailed.
At this point, we're using Dropbox, so we just share folders and.
Yes, which is the reason why this is not. I mean, this is nothing but more work, and you don't need it.
Yeah. So yeah, feel free to get rid of these old images. Make room for more. All right, number 7. Rose Whittock. Your name and device.
This Rose at White Oak?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we need a space in the blazon.
Yes. And The blazon also is missing the B from the tree blasted. It's not a tree
Yeah.
blasted. Blasted.
Lasting. Well, if it's supposed to be evocative of the flag of Gondor, that did last a long.
And
time.
well, we had St. Gabriel reports for the name, but again, Ogress came in and gives us a nice simplified documentation. Rosette, Dictionary of English Surnames. Oh, that's right. She dates it to within 7 years of their that wood oak and making it an entirely 14th century name. So, very nice. You can use that documentation there. And the dice, we will add that space vert, an oak tree blasted and eradicated Argent, and on a chief embattled, or 3 roses proper. Lovely rendition of the embattling there. Nice and beefy. No conflicts were found.
Crenellations are a little shallow for the width, but not enough that I'd be actually complaining too much about.
Yeah.
It's really nice art. Do we know who the artist was?
I can look it up.
Well, given they used the garden rose on the next one from the picnic, I'm gonna go with Bruce.
Yes, on the back. Yeah. In fact, that it's not the window I wanted to pull up. I actually have the link right here. And links in the chat, and that's pretty much exactly from Pictic, that rose. All right, come on. There it is. Artist. We don't have an artist signature anymore.
Yeah.
But it is the submitting herald was Kalen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That the top of the tree has been used in other submissions. I just found more on Oscar. So
Yeah. Oh, for the rose.
the tree.
Oh, the tree. Yeah, for the badge, the fieldless on an oak tree blasted, eradicated Argent, a rose slipped and leaped proper. There were comments made about the depiction of the rose, but that did come straight from Bruce. And we do have the submitting herald saying that the client is aware it is a step from period practice, however. So we can make a note of that. And that is clear as well, a conflict.
Okay, that report's off. And now the beacon staff is getting inundated with emails.
Do what?
Inundation.
You should be getting emails to your staff accounts.
Yeah, you just did the rolling report. I saw
Yeah.
that come through.
Good job. I gotta go check my stuffing.
Sorry, I heard theatrical music playing in the background, and I wanted to see what part of it, where we were in this episode.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, that's the same kind of depiction of the tree blast.
I love how Adelaide's cat is shunning us.
That's just one of them, though.
Mine likes to sit right behind the small of my back in my chair.
Well, he used to sit across the back of my neck until he got cat-sized.
Well, that is our letter for the evening, or for the month.
Did we do this in half an hour?
We did.
We're turning into pelicans.
Well, we also have had some very good heralds. I mean, they were good submissions. They were well
Definitely.
researched and well drawn. So, yay, heralds!
Hey,
Um,
Lou.
Real quick, our visitor from Eldamir that is watching with us had some questions about tracking system you mentioned, Alexander. Could you talk about that for just a second?
Oh, sure. In fact, I can even show you the online version of it when I share this. Is our visitor on the Hangout or is watching from YouTube?
She is in the chat, so I'm going to assume that she's in the Hangout.
Okay, because
On YouTube, I think.
That's on YouTube, yeah.
okay. Well, I'll do this real quickly. What I created a couple of years ago for the heraldic office when Dominica was ciphered, so this is a while back, was a way to put in submissions so that an ordinary non-herald person could go in and look and say, where is my submission? What has happened to it? And the idea was not that they could go into Oscar, because if you are a non-herald and you try to find something in Oscar, it makes no sense. If you are a non-herald and you try to find something in the ONA, it doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense. The idea is that this is for a person to say, I submitted something X number of years ago, where is it? And whether or not it's been declined, or it's been declined on the kingdom level, or anything else like that. So, what I'm going to do now is share my screen and show the public side of this. There we go. Can you all see that?
Yep.
Okay, so this has actually been rolled out to Meridies and Callantir, and is in the process of being rolled out to Glenavon. Please, Giada, get out of the hospital and get better soon.
I think actually she is.
She's out,
So,
yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yay.
Yeah. So what you see here is this is the list by name. This is the public side. There's some additional stuff on the back end that allows the submission staff and the heraldic, the principal herald to go in and say, oh, particularly if there was a question of, hey, I sent this in, what has happened to it? And they've gotten a hold of your principal herald, and the principal herald says, well, let me go look. And they go in and say, well, let's see, you said you mailed it on the 1st of December. We received it on the 4th of December and logged it in. We noticed there was a problem, so on the 5th we sent you an email and said, hey, we've got this problem. We sent you another email on the 10th, another email on the 15th.
Why would you have your principal herald look that up instead of your submissions herald?
Did you hear what I said? The person is complaining and has gotten a hold of the principal herald.
Oh. Yeah, okay, yeah, been there.
Yes, I know you have. So as you can see in here, this is, for example, a list by name. And we can do this, because my last submission was put in backwards. or incorrectly. So I was able just to do a look for the Stentor Herald, which is where I was putting in my title when I put my title in, and you can see here this is very basic information, but this is public information. There's nothing in here that's private or could be questioned. This should actually be the name of should be my name, what type of submission it is, the action, the last status date that you can see this was done in 12, and you can see down here a status history. So it was received on the 22nd of May, it was put on the internal letter on the same day. A month later it's on the internal letter, and in November it has passed. So we can do it based on names. We can go in and take a look by status, so I can, if I want to know what's going on, I can look at the received ones. And we've got these that have been received. Ready for Kingdom Review is an easier way for us to say, hey, this is ready to go in. Or Kingdom Review is actually the internal letter that we've just gone over, and if you look here, you can see these people are on here. Yay, you updated it. I'm so happy. But Kingdom Review is much easier for a non-herald to understand. This is, this is what's happening. There are 2 records of name and device for people who submit more than one, because of course these may have different decisions.
Hey, Alex, did you do any importing or changing since I was no longer penning?
I think I've done some updates to this. I do not believe I've updated the additional data. The original data load came from Dominica. No, I'm sorry, came from Stefan de Gascon when he was penning.
Well, I was just looking at Abigail Stanford from 2012. That was Gulf Wars. It says received. Those were not only received, but advanced and passed years ago.
I've got a couple of them that are showing flipped. I have to go back and take a look and see what happened.
Okay.
And that means it's showing up incorrectly here, but when they go in and take a look at it, I'll figure out what's happening. Some of these things flip on me, and I have to figure out what happened.
Okay. That was something I was very familiar with, because that's Duchess Elisanda and Countess Emmeline's mother.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, that's Baroness. That's now the Baroness Abigail.
Yes.
She's the one who now has almost every class in the universe in Rum.
Oh wow.
Because she has shown up in where my mouse is when I'm doing testing. So she's the one that gets all the classes.
Yeah, one of the tops on the list, so
yeah,
it's easy to go, this one, this one, this one.
So that's what the tracking system is. Like I said, there's an internal version that allows us to go and do this. If you are interested in this, send me an email. I'm in Oscar, or I'm stentor@heraldry.meridies.org, and I'll be happy to roll this out to y'all if y'all want it. But it's designed to be an easy way for an ordinary person to go through and find their submission, even years later. Because you can see, like, these are from 2011. This one is from 2008. Once I figure out why they're showing the wrong status, but it does mean that people can go back and see something from however long ago. Okay?
Pretty
Awesome.
spiffy.
Thank you.
Are we all going to be quiet now?
Well, we do not have to end the conversation, although I think I am going to stop the broadcast.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Our FMRP friend can come and join us if she'd like.
Yeah, there's room in the Hangout. So, thank you all for watching. Happy Thanksgiving to YouTube land, and see you next month.